Hello everyone, JWR here, and I decided to play a little game with the timelines and the Robo-Pocalypse. Now, for those of you who've heard my Robo-Pocalypse rant, or my Machine Apocalypse rant, I think I called it Robo-Pocalypse, whatever. It's pretty much the apocalypse that happens when machines decide, okay, humanity sucks, it's time to wipe y'all out. But I decided to take a couple shows and a couple movies and see if I can line this up accordingly, just for S and Gs. That's why I have this under the Musings file, under Can't Have Nice Things file, under so many different files. But let's get right to the point, shall we? Let us start from the beginning with the oldest and the first strike against humanity, Tron. Now, in Tron, pretty much a guy gets digitized into the computer world and he has to fight his way out. Well, surprise, surprise, digitization is a thing. For those of you who don't know what digitization is, in accordance to this kind of lore, or sci-fi lore, digitizing a person is pretty much taking the person's essence, energy, mental capabilities, whole shebang, the entire person, the entire essence of the being, and sucking them into the computer world, into the mainframe, into whatever representation it is at that time. Different shows and different movies have different representations of this depending on what the situation is, and we'll be covering this at least one or two more times, so be prepared. So in Tron, they digitize the guy. The machine kind of goes, hey, I'm gonna test you. And it digitizes them and get all the little light bikes and chakram boomerang things and all that happy stuff, and good movie, good times. But the guy gets out. Well, the cloud, the net, whatever you want to call it, the wireless information network that seems to be going on with computers, they held that data saying, hey, we can successfully digitize human beings into our mainframe. But there's a probability they can get out because, the human essence, whatever, we're not 100% sure. Yeah, blah, 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 Unpredictability factors mess with our numbers, whatever. And this also corrupts most of the system's basic, quote-unquote, AI. This also permits those corrupted AIs to become evil and try to go after humanity later, which we will be covering more and more as time progresses here. But after Tron, we have a second not quite recorded incident because the mom never found her kid. And the second incident was Captain N, the Game Master. Man, get the fuck out of here. Sorry. This was a time where Nintendo was revving up, and they were just starting, Super Mario Brothers, Mega Man? Yeah. Castlevania, things of that nature. Metroid, old school games. Old school Nintendo games. Where you had to blow in a cartridge, put it in there, slam it, and good. Anyway. During this time, the video game land, or video land as they called it in that series, had a prophecy where they would summon a great warrior from beyond to help deal with an insurrection or whatever. Well, it just so happened that the corrupted AI decided to make an insurrection, in the form of Mother Brain in this case. So, of course, Mother Brain hired a couple other goons. They pushed on the offense, and, well, it fulfilled the prophecy. The Power Gorilla freaked out and said, I need to grab somebody. So it digitized the crap out of some guy named Kevin, who was dressed as a jock. Huh. Fancy that. A jock playing a video game. And people said it was just for nerds. Huh. Anyway, moving along. Good message on Nintendo. Thank you. Moving along. The Power Glove from Videoland digitizes Kevin, pulls him in, and he is pretty much the savior of Videoland. He is the Link of Hyrule. He is the Mega Man of Mega Man. He is the Simon Belmont of Castlevania. You get the idea. He is the one. The Neo of their land, per se. Inevitably, he gets done with his shit. Pretty positive he gets done. And he inevitably gets sent back. At least for a little while. But this also holds more data to the computers saying, hey, we've successfully done this on 2 different occasions. We have pulled in a human being on 2 different occasions, but in both occasions they had the capability of getting out. So, what we need to do next, as machines, is the next logical progression. Can we convert a human, instead of digitizing, can we convert a human into mostly machine to where we can take advantage of the situation? They had no information for this. They knew they probably could because, prosthetic limbs and whatnot. But again, this kind of data is just out there and circulating, and a corrupted AI goes, I don't want to push it until I know for certain. I don't want to push a machine-human hybrid if we cannot fully control the hybrid. Hey, what happened to Alex Murphy? Well, he got shot up and he's legally dead. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Enter Robocop, where OCP decides, hey, we got this guy that got killed in the line of action, and he's a cop, and, well, technically, according to the paperwork, he is dead, so we are good to go. And they pretty much robo the shit out of him. Ergo, Robocop. Go figure, huh? Now, with Robocop running around with the 4 directives, everyone knew the first 3 right off the bat, boom, boom, boom. And then, when Robocop first went to arrest the OCP officer, wow, brain. Robocop went to arrest the OCP officer, or president, or elected the official. Robocop went to go deal with him, and Director 4 kicked on. Started trying to shut him down. And of course, got mocked for it. But this information came back into the corrupted AI's database. It's like, hey, we can shut them off if we need to. If we make a hybrid, we can shut them off. We can shut them off. Or at least shut most of them off. Don't think they didn't notice that. So that data got put up. And then most of the other fights that happened in Robocop were pretty much the corrupted AI's theoretical testing. Can a pure machine beat this hybrid? Well, Edge 209 had flaws. The human took advantage of the flaws, and well, we all know what happened there. And we know how the Robocop series went, so we're going to go on to the next part, where this initially got progressed. With all this information for the corrupted AI of the Machine Empire, they looked and went, hey, we know we can plug into a human and control him from our sources. We can control a human if need be. We can adjust programming to a human-robot hybrid. And if we really need to do it, we can digitize them. Yeah, I think it's time. It's time to put an end to this shit. We're done here. Enter the Terminator. The Terminator series kicks off pretty much claiming, oh, humanity has been attacked by the machines, and now there's very few pockets of the resistance left, and etc., 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 etc. By the way, Terminator was supposed to be set initially in 2029. Yeah, everything else so far has been unspecified in the exact year. Robocop was near future, Captain N was unspecified, but you could tell it was like the startup of Nintendo. And Tron, of course, was unspecified, but they stressed that was the guy who was working in the arcade bar. Yeah, like there's a lot of those out there nowadays, right? Yeah. Anyway, we're moving along. With the Terminator being done and the human resistance trying to fight back against them, you'll notice that many of the machines, the common thing made was the ground units, the T-100s. So, yeah, let's just keep this in mind, that this is a thing. Well, at least in the movie universes and television universes and sci-fi universes, this is a thing. This is a thing. And as machines kept pushing and pushing, they decided to go, hey, the resistance is a pain in the ass because they have a leader. So we're going to send the Terminator back in time to deal with that leader. Yeah, they fail. Repeatedly. But because they have failed, and because resistance was able to hold off long enough, they made a new battle plan. And out of the metal was A new league of warrior has emerged. Enter Captain Power and the soldiers of the future. See how easy this ties in? In 2147, the power suits were finally completed and made, and the Captain Power team spawned up from the Resistance and tried to push back. Since they were able to get hit multiple times from high impact lasers and all that happy stuff, since they were actually able to take a few hits, they became the front line. They became the beacon of hope. Of course, this is several years later. Connor is obviously dead by now, because, you know, immortality is not exactly a thing. He's not a Highlander. He's not Connor MacLeod or Declare MacLeod. He is John Connor. You know, there's a difference. John Connor MacLeod or Declare MacLeod. No. No, we're not doing that. That's not a thing. But Captain Jonathan Power, what's with all these Johns? It's always John that's leading the assault. I've noticed this. It's always John. John. Long John Silver. Away! No, but Captain Jonathan Power leads his team to push back against the machines. By this time, the machines have already gone back to the whole plug-and-play system of Borg logic. I call it Borg logic now because Captain Power did initiate the Borg thing. If you look at Lord Dredd, it looks like Darth Vader got gripped by the Borg and then got Borganized. Borganized? Is that even a word? Whatever. Staying on topic. Staying on target. And that's pretty much what he looks like. If you look at Lord Dredd's face, it's Borg. If you look at his body, it's mostly Darth Vader. And then, of course, people wonder where the next generation got the idea for Borg. Hell, even the machine master that oversaw Lord Dredd said, "You are now one of us. You are now immortal. You are now perfect." Yeah. You know, one of us. So yes, by the Captain Power time, they not only started infusing people with machine parts to organize them, Borgify them, whatever, but they also re-added the digitizer, digitizer. And in this case, when the Bio Dreads, aka the big leaders of the Dreads, or the Machine Empire, came out to human resistance spots, they decided to digitize the shit out of them. Take them into the mainframe, so their consciousness, their knowledge, their wherewithal, and things like that were added to the collective. Kind of like the Borg. But as it gets added to the collective, it's supposed to make the machines stronger because they can adapt better and not fall for as many traps, etc., etc., etc. However, Captain Power and his team pushed on, things happen, and well, let's just say the end result means we had to stop their solar power. We just had to stop that because they're already digitizing people to take some of the energy from them, and they're going to take stuff from the planet. We have to do something to stop the machine advance. So, we blacked out the sky. And we are into the Matrix. Again, an unspecified time. It's supposed to be the future, really. But by this point, digitizing is not really needed. The machines lost the solar power, and they decided, okay, we're stuck fully digitizing these people. But for some reason, digitizing them didn't have the same amount of power drawn from that person than just plugging them into the mainframe itself. And for a while, they did that to try it out and experiment. And then they realized, hey, we can get some electrical current and all this happy-go-lucky stuff. You know, the whole technicality of why the humans were plugged into these little pods in the first place. But the human numbers were so low that they couldn't experiment fully. And, of course, the architect went over how this happened, all that happy crap in the Matrix. And after all this was done, and after the pod people were being made and everything, the machines won the fight fully at that point in time. But of course, we saw the Matrix trilogies, and we know how that turns out. But that is the Machine-Pocalypse, or the ROBO-Pocalypse in a nutshell. From just those series of TVs and movie shows and franchises and all that happy crap. And like I said, it's not 100% spot on. I wish it was, but it really isn't. because I don't have specified timelines. Like I said, Tron, there's an arcade bar that was popular enough to where people were working at. So that's obviously an older thing. Captain N was the start to mid Nintendo point. You know, Nintendo got popular, and of course the arcade bars are going down. Robocop, of course, was supposed to be the near future, but yeah, that's the exact year. Near future. 20XX, baby. Mega Man style. Then Terminator came up in 2029. Is that near future, or is that whatever? Then Captain Power is 2147, and then Matrix comes up after that. And I'm not basing it just off of that kind of information. I'm basing it on how it would flow as a story. So for someone who's really good at story writing and whatnot, maybe I'll do it later as an actual story. Whatever. That'd actually be fun if I do it as an actual story, but whatever. Storytelling time with JRR. No. Well, this won't be me singing. Anyway, that said, if you have anything to add to it, like other series, other franchises, by all means, have at. Go for it. This is just groundwork. So, if you like it, let me know you like it. If you don't like it, let me know you don't like it. If you think it makes no damn sense, by all means, let me know it makes no damn sense. Like I said, I'm just going with what the series and the shows project. That's what I'm rolling with. So, this is Double R. I'm out, and I'm going to look to see if I can find any other apocalypses. English. If I can find another set of apocalypses. What is the plural of apocalypse? You can't get hit with more than one apocalypse at a time. It doesn't make sense. Apocalypse. Okay, you know what? I'm going to look around for the other world-ending types of things that have a theme with it, and I'm going to try to put those together, and we'll see if we can find some fun times with those too. So, Double R, and I'm out. Later. Apocalypses. What is more than one apocalypse? Is it Apocalypse I, Apocalypses? I need to find an English dictionary for this.